I return from work to find Mackay in the living room. "Mom," he says, his thin brown face pinched and fierce. "I have a rehearsal tomorrow." "I told you it's not a good idea." "Well, I think it is." His eyes hold me, challenge me, consume me. "It means so much to me, Mom. I'll be careful, I promise, but please let me do this." My chest tightens as I watch my boy slowly becoming a man, the years unfolding before me. I have delayed my dreams because I fell for Devon, because I believed his empty words over the ones in my textbooks. I have sacrificed so Mackay can still have his dreams. "Yes," I say, "you can sing in the concert." "Mom, you're the best." He launches himself at me, wraps his arms around me. "Are you crazy?" my father thunders when Mackay and me put on our jackets to leave for rehearsal. "You're exposing that sick boy to germs, bringing them home to us." My mother chimes in softer tones. "Are you sure it's safe?" I gulp back the bubble of rage bursting in my chest. This is the woman who shouts, "By the blood of Jesus we shall be protected," as she drives unseeing through blizzards to the church, who marched with a bucket of Bibles into the roughest part of Spanish Town on her last trip home to Jamaica, because God had called her to be a fisher of men. The Son of God is worth it, but my son is not. "There's social distancing and we have hand sanitizer," I say. "You are shirking your duty as a mother," my father proclaims. Then he adds, "I am disappointed and disgusted." They are the same words he spoke when I broke the news of my pregnancy. And then, as now, the words cut deep into my soul, twisting into me like the nails that pinned the cross to my bedroom wall. I hustle Mackay through the door before the scene can further escalate, but the damage is done. "Why is Papa so mad?" he asks, his eyes now mournful, but so recently flashed with hope. My own decision is forming as blossoms sprouting from a twig. If my son is becoming a man, it is past time that I become a woman. I must pull my feet free of the mud of guilt, fear, and hopelessness that has kept them planted in my childhood home years after I should have left it behind. I must uproot and transplant myself to allow my branches to spread, my leaves to uncurl, to provide proper protection to my young sapling. We cannot grow in my father's house. "Kai," I ask, "how would you feel if we went to live with Paul? If I quit my job and studied online?" "Would Paul be my dad?" "No, you have a dad. But Paul wants to be your friend." "I want Paul to be my dad. I like Paul." From the beginning, I told Paul, "I have a son, and he comes first." Paul said, "Of course, I would expect no less of a good mother, but I can help with that load on your shoulders." "I'm in," I write to Paul as I wait in the car while Mackay rehearses. "I'll tell my parents tonight." Paul calls right away. "Abby," he says, his voice rippling toward me like clear, cool water. "I think you should wait to tell them until after the concert. In case it doesn't go well, this is such a big moment for you and Mackay." I am sure it won't go well. I remember when I announced my pregnancy, how my father yelled, "Eva, Jesus told the whore to go and sin no more," as my mother dabbed at her eyes with a frayed Kleenex. "You're right," I agree. "The day after the concert, then." My stomach rolls and heaves at the thought. I know it is useless, but after Paul hangs up, I text Devon. "Mackay has a concert on Saturday, 7:30, St. Thomas Church." My phone screen remains as still as dark lake water. On Saturday, Paul's and my dark faces are again conspicuous in the audience. As the concert is about to begin, Mackay appears at the front of the church, tiny and solemn in his new suit. His eyes flicker around the room seeking me, and I give him a little wave. The smile that spreads across his face is an image that I will store with the other pictures forever seared onto my heart. More dark faces enter the room. I don't recognize them from a distance. Then my breath catches at the sight of Devon and his mother, my mother and father, shuffling down our row. The thought seizes me that I don't want Mackay's triumph marred by the anxiety of waiting. And as soon as my parents sit, I whisper to my mother, knowing my father can hear, "Mackay and me are moving in with Paul tomorrow." Paul jerks forward. My father glares at both of us. My mother's eyes dart sideways to my father and shudder momentarily before she pats my knee and whispers back, "Probably for the best." We are silenced by notes on the piano dropping into the sanctuary, and then Mackay's voice is a cascade of sound pouring out above us as he sings, "Pie Jesu, qui tollis peccata mundi, dona eis requiem." I follow the translation in the program. "Dear Jesus." The notes of the melody fall and then rise, achingly, tantalizingly climbing to the heights before tumbling back down, only to rise again. "Who takes away the sin of the world." Each note from my son's mouth is a drop of water that hangs shimmering in the air, a wisp of wind against my cheek. I glance sideways at my mother. Her lips have formed the O that they used to make when I brought home my math competition certificates. "Dona eis requiem." Grant them rest. I am at rest, even though there is plenty to worry about. A virus that races through pleura and bronchioles. The move. My job. But in this shining moment, all that exists for me is the music rushing forth from Mackay. It is a silver river, washing over me, bathing me in all the pain and pleasure of the past 11 years. The music conjures up a vision of the maple tree that once received my prayers, my long-ago pleas, and the notes that wing from my son, stream together from its branches and crystallize into a ball of darkness and of light that I almost feel I can reach out to grasp, that I can hold in the palm of my hand.